There's something about art that feeds the soul. I think art takes us out of that day-to-day life and gives us something richer.
Art is important to me because it has been my whole life.
I just know that art has always been as important to me as food and water and air. It's something that makes life worth living as far as I'm concerned.
Your thoughts, your feelings, things that you might not share verbally, you can use art to share those things. And it's just a beautiful form of communication.
It's not just glass, it's not just painting, it's not just photography.
It isn't a hobby or something to just fill up some time. It's a real need. I need to be creative.
I think art is very important to a community.
Art makes our town attractive. We may not be in the middle of a big city, but we still have access to some wonderful things through Arts on Grand.
We've got a great Main Street presence. Music, art, artists that are active in our community. And without Arts on Grand, we wouldn't have that.
Arts on Grand promotes Spencer itself, promotes Northwest Iowa and the arts.
There aren't very many towns of this size that have an arts center, and especially one that is as good as Arts on Grand is. It's recognized throughout the state and probably beyond the state.
Art is vital to the whole atmosphere, the makeup of a community.
Over the years, a lot of our fundraisers have become community events that people look forward to, that they can depend on is going to be a fun evening or a fun afternoon. So in a lot of ways, we are part of the community bonding experience of Spencer and Northwest Iowa.
Arts on Grand reaches out with various functions and is very inclusive. So it's their intention to have hundreds of people come to an event that they have just to introduce them to the arts community.
We have these events that are a lot of fun, and we think of those things right away, but we tend to forget our future. We as Arts on Grand are always looking at our future, hoping that we will always be here and be able to support artists in our community.
We have some really fine regional artists who have the opportunity to have their work shown and also helps them in terms of marketing it. So it becomes an important part of the whole art scene for not only Spencer, but the region as well.
I think the artists really appreciate Arts on Grand. We have almost 100 artists represented in our sales gallery.
I was very thankful and felt very fortunate to have an organization such as Arts on Grand to encourage me, to support me, and I think I speak for many other artists as well.
We have a wide gamut of art that we support and we try to encourage our community to participate in.
Performing arts, visual arts, the written word. Little towns in Iowa have to go 200 miles to be exposed to the art that we have here at Arts on Grand.
The display that's on the walls here today, I mean, it's of great interest to me because it's agriculture oriented, and this whole community, of course, is agriculture oriented, so I think they do a great job of bringing that sort of art to the people, and we'd be real void if we didn't have this.
The volunteerism at Arts on Grand is amazing. Arts on Grand people roll up their sleeves and work hard.
And Arts on Grand works in collaboration with all the other art organizations within the area, but it plays a very critical role, I think, because we do have a storefront right on Grand Avenue, which makes art very visible.
I believe the Arts on Grand belongs to the community. It represents a great cross-section of our community.
I think from the very beginning I've witnessed that they've worked with the community. They've worked with community projects. How can the arts be involved in this or that?
They get you involved in the aspect of making art. They have several different classes. You get involved with meeting artists and things like that that you might not do with other galleries and other formats where you can just walk in and see the art.
Everybody that walks in the door seems to feel welcomed.
We really need to let people know that there's a place for them to take advantage of sharing their talent or beginning their talent. We have great classes for children, for adults.
We have almost every age group involved in Arts on Grand. We love the fact that we have such a wide range of people coming through our door.
I think back fondly to the classes I took as a youngster in the Des Moines Art Center.
I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area, so we would go to the National Gallery of Art.
When I was growing up, there were no art centers. You had to go to a big city to find an art center. In fact, I went to a school where there were no art classes. We were supposed to have art classes in elementary school, but the teacher never showed up.
In my own experience in school, whenever they need budget cuts, they always go for the art and the music first.
And I believe that is telling our children that that talent that you have is not worth it.
Now there's art in the schools, but Arts on Grand provides a lot more, and it also provides opportunities for people like me who never had the chance to study art.
By just being exposed to art early, I think you develop an appreciation for those areas of beauty in your world.
I think we need to really give these students an opportunity to see what is out there in the form of the arts.
We have a lot of kids who come through the school system. You know, we are able to nurture these young artists, and I think that's a great thing.
For many people, that becomes their profession. And so they need to have that background to be able to really explore and learn and then hopefully make it their livelihood.
Arts on Grand, presenting art in all its forms, is an extremely valuable thing to Spencer. It very much deserves our support, deserves the support of the business community and as individuals.
Arts makes people have a certain reaction beyond this place is comfortable to live in, this place is safe to live in. It brings out a passion that certain things can't bring out.
When it comes to economic development in the community and what attracts businesses, what keeps people in town, why do people want to move here? Well, of course, they always ask about the hospitals and the schools. Those are natural things. But when it comes to other facilities in the community, invariably, new businesses ask, tell me about the arts in your community. Because they know that their employees who move here are going to want something more than a business life.
Businesses would expect to have a certain level of infrastructure. Arts on Grand sets us apart. This says that we have something extra and that we value this.
Art can be an economic boost to a community because it attracts tourists, not only for traffic in the gallery, but traffic through the downtown area.
It's amazing to me how much it costs to operate a 501c3 or worthy institution. When you look at their budgets and look at their vision, it involves a great deal of capital.
By building the endowment, we can help to maintain the financial stability that we have reached, and I think that's really important.
The Arts on Grand Endowment Fund is an investment in our children's future, in our community's economic vibrancy. It's an investment in ourselves because it's allowing us to have access to the beauty of art and the enriching power of art.
Kitty and I talk about estate planning activities and some legacy decisions. What kind of charities do we want to support at the end of our life? And for us, Arts on Grand is one of those we're thinking about.
The arts need to be funded. It's not self-supporting. It needs support from the community to be viable.
That's what we hope the endowment will do, to ensure long-term financial stability so that the Art Center can continue to serve Spencer and the surrounding communities.
It takes a lot of effort and volunteers and time and money to run fundraisers, and so by building an endowment fund to help pay for our operating expenses, we may be able to cut back a little bit on the frequent fundraisers that we tend to depend on right now.
The arts are always one of those things that are difficult to foster in any town, so when you support them in a small way, that allows lots of people to get involved and then maybe touch some child's life or some other artist that maybe gets a chance to go on to the next level.
An endowment will help us to dream a little, and we do in fact have a dream.
That's exactly what we want to continue, keeping that dream alive and keeping the arts viable in our community.
I'm the happiest when I'm doing my art.
Art is a wonderful way to express yourself.
Art is spectacular.
Art is original.
Art is fun.
Art is enriching, uplifting,
telling.
Art is essential.
The music of your soul.
Art can stir your soul.
Art is just a beautiful form of communication.
Art is history.
Art is what our grandchildren give us every time they're here. It's all over the refrigerator.
Art is beautiful, art is exciting.
Vital.
Interesting.
Colorful.
Art is visually stimulating.
Art is actually whatever you want it to be.
For me, art is my life.